Can anybody hear me? I want to make sure my microphone's on. According to this, it is. Let's see if I read up Abigail style. Sparky can hear me. That's a good thing. I'll try to turn the volume down on all this stuff so we don't end up with an echo. Let's see. Paul Dale is in the chat. Sparky, School Kill, River Valley. James Severn 207, who just hit 200 last week. 200 subs. He's over 200 subs now, but William Selman. Who else we got here? That's the camera is doing a close-up, sir. Well, yeah, kinda. It's kinda right. It's only maybe 2 foot away from me, so I try. I can't really. Well, I might be able to show you. I cleaned up my dad's part of the office today. Of course, I hung my daughter's picture, Abigail's picture that she drew last week. I tried to get my big computer to work. That idea failed. Other than that, over there's Miss Abigail doing her thing on one of my other computers. Actually, it was my mother's computer, and it was going to me, and mine, or my dad's, was going to me, or some. I don't know. We trade computers, but there's part of the chat, which is all wrinkly and blurry, and try to get this thing back up to where you get to see my ugly mug again for an hour on another Thursday night. And unfortunately, I'll show you what I'm using as a camera stand. It's a magnifying glass thing, so the camera, where it swivels, fits right on the end, right in the edge of the curved glass frame, so I can adjust the camera up and down by the camera, or I can use this thing, which is really annoying because it don't like staying there, because a little bit of weight on it likes to try to fall down by itself. And there I am. Okay, Cal, welcome to the live stream. Vinny, welcome to the live stream. Union Central System, welcome to the live stream. I think I called everybody. William Selman, I believe I said hi to. Ron B, welcome to the live stream. Listen to me, Kazro. Can't even speak tonight. Chazco. Oh, jeez. trying to butcher your name, buddy. Let's see. Well, I ain't getting the count of actually how many's in the chat. It's saying 1, and there's like 10 of you in here. Paul Dale, I'm pretty sure I mentioned you. Who else is in here? Somebody will have to let me know how many is actually coming up on you all's in, because my phone is saying 1, and I'm on OBS on the computer live, so I'm not going to see it on there. 12, not bad. I can handle 12. I can handle more, but that's fine too. As long as I have somebody as a moderator in here. Oh, 14. Usually two of my main moderators show up. There is a couple more that normally don't show up on Thursday. But we are glad to have you in here tonight, Sparky, because we know you're always busy on a Thursday night normally, but you do slip in here. Okay. Well, that's a good thing, James. I'm glad you're feeling a little better to be out working on the layout again. Hi, John Dilley. Glad you could stop in from work or during work. Stu Structures, welcome to the live stream. I'm not even going to start saying your name. I'm going to say it's Martin, a different way of spelling Martin. I have no idea how to begin to pronounce your last name, so I'm not going to butcher it. Yeah, Abigail does do great pictures. For requests, I don't know. Do you do requests?
Sure.
Yeah, she'll do requests. If you heard that, Sparky. Papa Dan's Models, welcome to the live stream. Rodney, back up from... Well, if I back up, then I ain't going to be near the desk. I was afraid that was probably going to be too close. Let me do something real quick here, guys. See if I can do this without making you seasick. Let me see if I can move the camera back here behind some stuff and get it over. See if that moves it a little bit further away. And why ain't...
Shouldn't there be like a zoom button on it?
Mm-mm.
Why is it so zoomed in?
I think it's something to do with my settings.
Mm. Hey.
The what do they call it, though? Yeah.
Zoom.
Is that a little better?
Drinking some Sprite, not sponsored.
Well, if she can draw me, I would like that, as long as she signs it too.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Hi, Wilmer. Welcome to the live stream. So is that any better, Vinny, when you're in? Let me try to get my face into the camera here. This thing's been moved. That looks a little better to me, but Thank you. Thank you, John Dilley. Be safe, buddy. Cheryl Crow, welcome to the live stream. Hastings, BNSF. Yeah. N-scaler. N-scale modeler. Gee, I must be half asleep or something. Can't half pronounce anything here tonight.
Close up and personal.
Close up and yeah. I didn't realize it was going to be that close. Well, I thank you for breathing on me.
Oh, you're welcome.
At least you don't smell like a cat. And you go smell their breath without knocking you out. But anyway, since we have, I think somebody said 14 the last time I've seen it in here. To get started, welcome everybody to the live chat. Announcements, the opening announcements as always. Sparky, go over to Sparky 107's channel for the sign-up sheet for Steamtown. Donate money if you can to his PayPal. Join his Patreon page and get in on that to help support his live feeds and or live chats and all the little projects that he does with the rock kits. And I'm still I can't move the camera anymore, guys. It's going to be off the edge of the back of the desk. I can move back here a little bit if that helps. If I can stay on the camera long enough, that might be a little bit better. Don't want to get too far away from the chat. The phone ain't that big. Anyways, go over to Sparky's channel. Get on the Steamtown sign up sheet. I'm pretty sure it's going near 200 each day. I know it's way over 100 plus. It's got to be by now. But sign up. Go to Steamtown. May 18th. I'm going to be going up the 17th. Only because I don't want to try to attempt to get there on the 18th and be late, like half a day late, and everybody be all mad at me and wondering whatever happened to me. It's still on my to-do list to be there. You know, sometimes life could get in the way. There's not going to be nothing I could do about that at the time, if that would happen. But I am planning, as of now, still showing up on the 17th from my hotel. The 18th will be Steamtown meet and greet early in the morning. Shaking hands, giving people bear hugs and all that good stuff. And the conversations, you know, I'm sure will start and never end all day because everybody's there to see trains, and that's probably what most of the subjects are going to be all day. trains. So, if you're going to see trains, why not talk about trains? But also at Steamtown on May 18th, make sure you go over to Sparky's channel for this also, for the restored dining room or dining car dinner. I think he had 20 people signed up as of last night, I believe, is what he said on his live chat. But get signed up for that. Also, besides thanking Sparky for all he's doing for everybody in the community, to have everybody come on the trip, I also like to put a big thank you shout out also to Roy Smith for setting up the Hudson Model Railroad Club later the 18th on that evening. We're all going to get to go privately into the club and see the model railroad layout. So I thank Sparky and Roy Smith both for everything that they're putting together for this trip. And then on the way home, or as I start heading home, I will be traveling with whoever is going to be deciding to come down this direction to Horseshoe Curve on that Sunday, May 19th in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And that will be, on my way home, technically, just kind of off of the direction a little bit. But I'm going to enjoy myself because it's not normally that I actually get to take a trip, that ends up going a few different places in one weekend. So, check out Sparky's channel for those sign up videos, and again, shout out to Sparky and Roy Smith for putting these things together for us to do on that weekend. Active contest, only one that I'm thinking of that I got wrote down right now is Southern 207 James. It ends, I think he said it's going to end tomorrow night after Vinny's live chat, which is at 8 o'clock. And Vinny ends his chat around probably 9-ish, 9:30-ish, something like that. It all depends, what we're into. If it's running trains, just shooting the breeze with one another about trains, or he does live scratch builds, stuff like that. So check him out at 8 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern, and make sure you get in the Southern 207 James contest before it ends. And I'm pretty sure he said something about pulling the winner sometime next week, because of him not feeling good and so forth. So, other than that, live stream shout outs, the roving live stream on Track Tuesday, live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern. That involves Wilmer at Indian Head Valley Railroad, Tony at Redbird Tony 2010, Boxcar Benny at Creative Rails, and I thought I seen buffing on my phone. Maybe it's just my phone. And also Tom Pilling at ATSF Ventaspur Inscaler. So check all those guys out. This week, this Tuesday coming will be Tony, I believe, because Wilmer filled in. Wilmer filled in for Wilmer, and Wilmer filled in for Tom. And well, Wilmer's just filling in like Joey Bishop would for Johnny Carson back in them days. So he's a co-host of my live stream, co-host of Tom's, actually two of Tom's, two weeks in a row. So we got to see Wilmer twice in 1 week. But Wednesday night, we go back to our brother Sparky 107 at 7 p.m. Eastern. And make sure you check those sign-out sheets out or on his sign up videos. He's been doing a rock diorama that's coming out pretty good. He did have a third hand help him do the plaster part. And it's always have a third hand when you... And what is this thing trying to tell me? I got low disk space and whatever. But check him out. He's been doing his diorama, rock cut scene, and he did a paint wash on it last night. So we'll probably be adding trees and ground cover and stuff probably next Wednesday, I guess. Whatever he decides. Thursday night, you get me, 7 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow night, we will be live with our cousin Benny at 8 p.m. So I know everybody will show up for Benny's. Because it's a Friday night. Some people gotta work, some people don't. And then we get our buddy 2448 Toy Man on Friday and Saturday night in his live chat and his world of goofiness that comes with it at 10 p.m. Eastern on both nights. He runs trains, chit chats. Sometimes it gets a little out of control, but that's normal. Other show shout outs I'd like to give shout outs to as well, besides the live streams. The Not Bad show with Wilmer from Indian Head Valley Railroad, Ralph Greenwood's The Car Barn, and Roy Smith and his new show Dispatch. So check those shows out. Show them some love, support, like, share, comment. thumbs up, all that good stuff. Channel shout outs tonight. Woodworking with Amy, who is Sparky's wife. She just started her channel a couple weeks back. So everybody swing over and see what she's got going on her channel. They've got a new channel that just came out few days or a week or a few days back. The Tonka Truck. Now this young girl is getting to be a not bad artist. She is Wilmer's granddaughter. So check her out and give her some love and support on her channel. She is using or learning to use an airbrush and everything. And if Abigail gets that far, to try to, see if she can get into that same deal, because there's a lot of people that do airbrushing on dirt track cars. I don't know if it's the same type airbrush. I'm pretty sure it is. It may be a little bigger model. I don't know. But, I mean, you can do a lot of stuff on a race car or, anything, really. I mean, so, but anyway, check those two channels out. And I just seen this one earlier. I checked his channel out. It's called Chad's Trains. He has 45 subscribers. He's O-scale, but it looks like a pretty interesting layout that he has going on. So everybody go over and support Chad's Trains and, subscribe. And even though a lot of you ain't in O-scale, I mean, I watch anything. So, it's trains, I watch it. I mean, I'm even watching the trains that's actually, over across the pond that, ain't even American, but I watch them. So, it's okay. You're fine. But anyway, check those channels out, guys. Give them love and support. And that's going to be about it for the announcements and the shout outs and all that good stuff. Again, I don't really have much of a topic. I had something in my mind earlier this week, and it just went right over my head and out of my head, and it must have just, it must have went a different direction, because I have no idea what I was even thinking about. And that was supposed to be this week's topic. So, and it was kind of interesting, but when I did think about it,
You should have wrote it down.
yeah, I should have, but I think I was on the road taking you to school or coming home or something, and I got into something else, so probably not. What, is everybody having volume problems or something?
Is it because of
Volume good? Volume good here. Well, Vinny ain't having. Must be maybe somebody's. Huh. Oh, Sparky's is good too. So I guess Paul might have to turn something up. I was going to say I haven't messed with my mic settings or nothing. I mean, this is the first time I've used OBS for I don't know how long. I mean, I didn't even think it was going to work, but all it needed was the new stream key put in it. So I guess we could do like a question and answer thing if you want to ask me anything. Just remember I'm DC, so I'm not going to know a lot about DCC. I mean, I only know what my volume is at 100% run. Oh, okay.
Maybe reset.
So it's something to do with my mic, maybe, because it's probably using the mic on my laptop. But how would I change it? Oh, wait a minute. Here's the volume to it. I can turn the mic up a little bit if that helps, but don't touch nothing. Well, I can turn it back down then. And he went 2 notches, so. Still hear me? Maybe I'm talking low because I had my head down. That could have been. Might have been cutting the voice down.
Or maybe you were talking to me and they thought that you were talking to them.
Could be. I don't know. Oh well. Anyway, we can do like a question and answer thing if you want. Well, I'm not the only one in DC. Oh, who is DC? Okay. No, there's a lot of us still DC, Papa Dan. I chose to be DC. I guess because of the cost and stuff, and of course when you're you know, you just you don't have no choice really. You start with a cheap train set, which I actually still have my very first train set my mom and dad ever bought me. The engine don't run anymore, but I did buy one exactly like it on eBay. But I'm thinking it's a different number, which didn't really matter. But my original set, I'm going to be putting up on a shelf and displaying it because it's an old AHM train set, and the cars just seem like they are cheaper than, you know, the other brands back then like Tyco and Lifelike and all that. I mean, these things are like probably one of the very first AHM sets to come out. So that better? Okay, Sparky. I don't know if this is this is close enough, but here's yeah, she tried.
It was I'm bad at the color.
Sorry about the writing. It's a notepad paper, but there's the Sparky 107. The YouTube symbol. You're wearing glasses. Let's see. train car floating in the air. I'm not sure what happened to your fingers, buddy. That I don't.
I was rushing, so I just did whatever.
But there you are. You got your blue jeans or your blue pants on. Not bad.
Was he the one that had the glasses, or was it the other guy?
He does wear glasses, but I think they're mostly reading glasses.
Was it him or Vinny that always?
Hold it behind. Like that.
I tried, I'm sorry.
Sparky factor, yeah. Is that better? Oh. Trying to get my hand. Let's try this. I might take the writing out. And that notebook is actually purple, guys. It's not blue. Believe it or not, it's coming up blue on my screen. But there it is. Pretty bad, or pretty good for
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I almost said that, didn't I? Not bad for a rush job. I think I'll hang that up on the wall, and Sparky, I will give you that picture when I see you at Steamtown. How's that? It's signed. I didn't show you that part. I didn't realize she actually did that. I must have my hand over it. See if I can get it on there.
Just
right down. Yeah, get my one hand to tap right there. Signed Abby. So I will put that with my Steamtown stuff. All my directions to the Steamtown stuff. That's the stuff that I got from Sparky, and I printed it out so I could have it in front of me. And all my hotel reservation information, all that will travel with me. That way I don't have a problem. I have it all with me. I always do that. I don't know why. It's just something I always did when I go somewhere by myself. I always take the information for proof. And I'm being sniffed. I have no idea why. Why was that?
I don't know.
Okay. Girls getting weird. Teenagers. Papa Dan, teenagers. Huh?
I'm so offended.
No, he has a grandson. Not comparing you to a boy. I'm just saying teenagers. Well, anyway, so go ahead and ask me questions, and I'll try to answer the best I can. If you want to know anything, I probably ain't going to be able to answer much because I'm not really doing much right now, but I'll try. I don't know if anybody actually asked me anything. Do another with an orange wig. Thank you, Abigail. Rodney, stick that in the mail. You want me to mail it, Sparky, or you want me to bring along Steamtown? Hi, Golfa. And if I get your name right, Matt, I believe, is MHBOPODNK. Yeah, I know what you mean. Enjoy them now and. Well, somebody's got to take care of me because I've took care of her. So, and I don't think she's going to go too far because she's probably going to be living here with me. But she planning on finding a place to run off to. I didn't think so. You're going to help me pay for the house, probably, the rest of our lives. I'm not seeing no questions. Check my YouTube homepage. Couple playlists are the first things you should see. Okay, that's Sparky. Hi, Lance. GFW Trains. Seeing who else I possibly missed. Chasco. Seen him after I butchered his name earlier. When my tongue. I hear that my 30-year-old son still live. Well, you know, most of my, well, all of my childhood and most of my adult life, I've lived with my parents, except for the exception of when I was married. We lived in our my parents' old house when they bought this one, and we was just basically paying the mortgage or helping pay mortgage and stuff on this one as our rent, because the old house was paid off. So we was basically paying rent just, to help my mom and dad out on this one. And of course I did the maintenance and all that because I knew the property and the house and stuff like that. And if I ran into a problem, then, I'd call my dad or whoever. But what is my favorite railroad? Well, that's that's kind of a easy question, but I like several railroads. Basically, they all ran through Hagerstown, which is the reason it's called the Hub City. The Hub City. C&O, B&O, Western Maryland, of course the Virginian, which didn't come up through here, but Winchester and Western does, and they are from Winchester, Virginia, and I can't think of that other place that they go to, that after main place, and they also go up into New Jersey. So I do know that. Then there's Maryland Midland that goes down Union Bridge and up here to Highland, Maryland, and those places. Um, those railroads was, you know, just short line railroads, Winchester and Western and um, Maryland Midland. They was just stone, gravel, sand type railroads. Um,
How big is your train shed?
oh, Wilmer. Um, that would be 12 wide by 32, I think. 34. It's 32 or 34, something like that. I know it's 30 some foot. 30 plus some foot. Those sheds, my dad and I kind of kicked ourselves in the butt a few times because we ordered all these sheds, and then we figured out that we could probably have put up a great big large garage building, you know, to house the race cars and the trailer and truck and work on stuff, as well as have part of that building laid off for trains.
It's a nice size.
Yeah, I see it. Well, you on there? Yeah. Okay.
It just won't play for me.
Right.
But I can still see the chat.
But anyway, but you know, if we laid it off, even if it had an upstairs to it, I mean, it would have been, you know, a pretty good size layout if you put that upstairs and put, you know, your car and truck stuff down below. I mean, it would have been pretty neat because we could have used part of it for storage, and all that. But you know, we decided to go with the sheds. Actually, my mom and dad went with the sheds, buying them. And we do have 4 sheds. One is my wood shop, and yes, I do have a wood shop. Unfortunately, when I roll up the door to it, there's just enough space to get in there to my miter saw. The rest of it, it's a disaster right now because I haven't had no time to run electric down to everything, you know, and set stuff up and get rid of the junk and the clutter. All that stuff's been piled up since, well, long after I was divorced and moved and everything. But we had to move my uncle down here a few years back and clean my grandparents' old house out to sell it and everything. And I'm glad my dad was alive back then to do all that, or I'd still be doing it probably. But anyway, it's sold now, and what little bit of stuff we got from there, we, you know, threw in the sheds also. And so the one is a storage shed, which is about the size, same size as the train shed. And the one in the middle of those 2 large ones is a 12 by 24, something like that. So it's a little smaller. So, but that one was the very first one we had put there. And then we got those 2 large ones, and then I got my wood shop shed with the roll up door and the walk in door, because I wanted, you know, to have plenty of door space to take wood and stuff like that out. So, hi Dave, BNSF, N scale semi retired semi driver. And happy grocery shopping. I know what that's like. So, I hope that answers the shed question, Wilmer. And then we've got a double car garage up above on the top side of the house, the front side, because the end of our house faces the road. And down below I have a smaller garage which houses basically my race car stuff, extra parts, and it's just a lot of junk that's going to be going out of here when it gets warmer weather. And there's a garage that's just big enough to get a car or my dad's old truck in. He has had his 69 Chevy in there before. Unfortunately, now that he's going, I'm not going to be able to probably keep it, and Mom ain't going to be able to keep it, so we're probably going to be hopefully getting the paperwork filled for it and get his old truck sold. He's got a 78 GMC also that would be great for me to pull my race car trailer. The only thing is the bed is off of it, the one that we found and was going to replace it with, because his original bed panels was stolen a few years back. We have no idea, who would have came here and just took them, but they moved a lot of stuff to get to them. I guess they was desperate. Well, let's see. Okay. What is my favorite railroad paint scheme? Probably Western Maryland stuff. Norfolk Southern, BNSF, Pumpkin, Collars, anything really. I mean, if it catches my eye, I mean, any trains. Mostly probably the Western Maryland type stuff that was around back then. I mean, CSX ain't bad callers. It's just a lot of people don't like CSX, but I mean, when they're in your area all the time, because that's who took over, Western Maryland, C&O, B&O. Well, they probably took over some Pennsylvania stuff besides Conrail and Norfolk Southern stuff that took most of it over. Let's see. I don't know. There's so many of them. I mean, well, Chessie System was Chessie System from B&O and C&O. The C&O days came this Chessie System, and then it became the Seaboard, and then the family lines, and of course Western Maryland was on all that being bought up, and of course now then you have CSX from Chessie System Seaboard, which is actually what that's supposed to represent, the CSX. I ain't nothing but a... Okay. My daughter just pulled this up on her phone. if you can see that or not. I'll read it to you. I ain't nothing but a groundhog lying all the time. So that would be
A reference.
yeah, it was an old Elvis song.
I ain't nothing but hound.
Yeah, hound dog.
Lying all the time.
But I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a squirrel at a microphone. And she's just something else, pulling stuff up on her phone all the time. So let's see. I'm not watching the chat here very much. Did you see any questions go by, Ab, that I should? What is your favorite locomotive engine? Well, again, whatever catches my eye. On my layout, it's basically anything from an F7, F9 to, you know, what they're running nowadays. Even though I'm DC, I don't have every locomotive because ain't made in DC. But you know, DCC, I'm pretty sure you can get almost everything in that in HO. In scalers, you might have a little more problem finding some stuff, but any locomotive and engine that catches my eyes, especially I've got a few steam locomotives on my from previous layout that smoke. I was always interested in being like my dad, having something like my dad's Lionel engines, which I actually still have and run. They're still actually in the shed and they're just sitting there, and I got to get to work on, you know, cleaning the tracks and everything, because you let them set too long, they'll just sit there and lock up in the cold weather and so forth, because the metal will just, you know.
Oh, someone asked GFW Trans, what is your favorite railroad paint scheme?
Oh yeah, I answered that. I think that was a while back. You might be on a lag, but anyway, but yeah, I always had a fascination of having little locomotives in HO that would smoke like my dad's Lionel big trains. So I found, you know, I own a few that you can actually put the smoke in the stacks, and you know, they'll smoke probably a little heavier than the Lionel ones do. I mean, it's just amazing, and you don't put that much smoke in them. You can only put like 1 or 2 drops at the most in them, because all it is a wire in there that heats up from the little light bulb in the HOs. And then the Lionel has the what Dad and I always called, it looks like a pot, but it's like a pot bowl type looking thing that goes inside one each other and makes your puffing mechanism go up and down. Well, then, you know, as your drive arms is working, it's working a little lever on there on the one side, which works a plate that works the one piece of the bowl, and the other part is in there, you know, pumping your melting your or evaporating your smoke fluid. And for anybody that does O scale or O gauge, if you don't know, which I'm sure you all do, but I'm going to tell you this anyway. Here's a little tip. If you have the old type smoke pellet type smoke units, you can use liquid in them. You don't have to actually change them over. Because the smoke pellets are hard to come by unless they reproduce them again from somewhere. But you can use it. All it is mineral oil, so you can use like baby oil if you want to have trains smoking like a baby's, smells like a baby's behind. But but I always get the scented smoke, like the wood burning or the coal burning, something like that, you know, to make it smell like it's actually, you know, got the wood or coal in there burning. So, and I do put that in my MTH O scale diesel, which has 2 smokestacks, so it actually smokes you out. We learned a long time ago at our old house on our old layout, don't put a smoke detector anywhere in the ceiling, because when Dad used to run all his smokers, yeah, the battery had to come out of the smoke detector. So we learned that real quick. We put it up in the inside the drop ceiling on a one of the posts in the building, and it helped out because the smoke didn't go up through, you know, the ceiling all the time. So, but yeah, anybody with Lionel that has good smoke units and smokes a lot, you know, the engines smoke good and a lot, well, don't use a smoke detector, because it'll just drive you nuts. You'll have to take the smoke detector outside to get it to stop. Yes, it was Chasko's, answered well. Okay. Thanks, Wilmer. I wasn't sure who. I thought I'd seen it on your post. Did you get it on video? Oh, talking to Penny. Yes, I actually seen a train today, guys. Not to change subject. Trying to look for. I hope I ain't missing anybody's questions. Have you seen any other ones, Ab? No. On your.
But if you did miss them.
Because I'm just running my. I'm just rambling. But anyway, I missed the train. I was bringing her home from school. We was going to get ready to go across the St. James crossing. Yeah, right, GFW. No smoke detectors with the MTH or anything big that smokes real heavy. I mean, you definitely don't want smoke detectors anywhere near them, because you will set them off, guaranteed. But anyway, what was I saying? Just had a brain fart. Just, oh, I hate when that happens.
Taco Bell?
No, that was a comment to Penny. Oh, you leaving, Vinny? Yeah, it is 8:05 already. Why didn't you tell me what time it was?
I don't know.
Oh, well, aren't you just Time for dinner. That's where the Taco Bell came from. Because sometimes he eats at Taco Bell. So, but yeah, now I know what I was talking about. I was going to film the intermodal train, or the container train that was going by, and time I got my phone up and went to hit the camera to film it, the end of the train went by. So that tells you how fast that was. Okay, Papa Dan models, thanks for stopping in, buddy. And that's the other contest that I was thinking of, guys. Papa Dan's Models 2 has a contest for his pop can holders. Cute. I can't even pronounce it now, but you know what I'm talking about, the foam rubbery type pop can holders, so you don't get your hands, or keeps your hands from getting cold and everything. Make sure you check his 1,000 subscriber contest. He will not give him one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 10 of those away. And he will make them up however you want them made up. QZ. That's what that's the word I'm looking for. Yes, QZs. I thought I had one of those around here, but evidently it ain't in here. I was going to show you. Well, you know what they look like, don't you? I'll show you later. But anyway, but I thank everybody for coming in, stopping by, and shooting the breeze, and listening to me rambling on another Thursday night. Make sure you check out our cousin Vinny tomorrow night. Can't forget him. Sometimes I can't always make it to Sparky's or Vinny's. Makes me kind of feel bad, but life gets in the way sometimes, and you got to do what you got to do first. And sometimes I miss my own live stream. I can't even get on here on time because I'm doing something else. But it happens. So anyway, in closing, again, I thank everybody for stopping in and saying hi and shooting the breeze and all that good stuff. And everybody have a good, safe the rest of their night or day or wherever you may be, whichever time zone. Be careful on the road if you're having bad weather. Be careful anyway, if you're just going to work or to the store, because there's always those idiots out on the road everywhere. Really? Anyway, God bless everybody and have a good night. Wilmer says good night. Ab.
Good night.
And Sparky says, good time hanging out, Rodney. Thanks, and again, thank you, Abigail. Great picture.
Don't worry, I'll sniff it for you.
She'll give it a big bear hug, Sparky. I'm glad you had fun, GFW. I try to make it fun, but you too, Lance. Okay, be safe, everybody.